You can't click a video on YouTube these days without getting some annoying political ad. So that got me wondering, what if wrestling had political ads? Now, before you get too annoyed, this isn't an actual political video. This is essentially just a roast and a look at different teams and wrestling fans and seeing what they would do if they were trying to get certain recruits or get certain fans onto their side. Like Rutgers, for instance. There are a lot of big New Jersey fans, but we really haven't heard much about Nick Suriano. So this is how I think that ad would go. Where is Nick Suriano? Since the 2019 season, we've heard virtually nothing about the national champ. Is he coming back for another season or going to become an actor, a newscaster, a DJ? He claims he's more than a wrestler, but why does he look so angry about it all? Something fishy is happening in New Jersey, and Scott Goodale is behind it all. Sorry, Jersey guys, but I had to do it. Now let's look to another Big Ten school, Ohio State. There's a lot of ways that I could have went with Ohio State, but this is how I think their ad would go. Everyone is fleeing Ohio State. Kyle Slander to Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. Nathan Tomasello to Duke. Even Tom Ryan is running away. They're seeing what no one else can. If you want to succeed on the mat, you can't afford 4 years at Ohio State. Now, another school that I find super intriguing is Michigan. They have so many guys who it seems like they wrestle for so many years because of their amount of eligibility with Olympic red shirts and medical red shirts and other things going on. So I had to hit on that a bit. Back when Stefan Micic entered college wrestling, Spencer Lee was beginning his sophomore year of high school. Penn State won just their 4th straight national title, and Willie Saylor was still working at Flow Wrestling. If that all seems like such a long time ago, that's because it is. How can Michigan keep Micic, Massa, and Amin on a team for 6+ years? Michigan needs called out. Michigan needs held accountable. Now let's move away from the Big Ten for just a second so we can talk about Oklahoma State. No, I'm not going to take the obvious or easy route. I decided to take this a different way, and this is how I think the long historied program would approach their political ad.
Here's the differences when deciding where to wrestle in college. With Okie State, you win conference championships every year. With Iowa, you may win 1 in 10. With Okie State, you wear a singlet everyone respects. With Iowa, you appear disrespectful. With Okie State, you stay a valued member of our program for years. With Iowa, you get tossed to the corner. They're both great programs. The difference is, Okie State is for you, Iowa is against you.
Now look, not every single political ad is attacking or antagonizing somebody else. There are some that actually come about it from a positive light, and that's how I think NC State would take their approach. 9 new incoming freshmen, winning percentage of 19%. NC State had the best record in the NCAA last season and put on performances for record-setting thousands of fans, cutting down opponents' win streaks, winning the ACC. NC State is moving forward with a plan to win the NCAA. Other teams are risky. Stick with a team that knows what they're doing. Politicians are always talking about policy. What about the policy at Stanford University in cutting their men's wrestling program? That was such an unfortunate decision, and it's one that I really had to hit on in this political ad series. Due to financial uncertainty, Stanford cut 11 sports, but with a 2019 financial endowment of $28 billion, where is the money going? Administration allows a failing football team to compete while eliminating a successful wrestling program. What are they hiding? With 13 separate athletic directors, you'd think one of them would have answers. We can't afford any more mistakes. Save the future. Save Stanford Wrestling. You didn't think I'd forget about Penn State or Iowa, did you? And yeah, I am going to actually throw out an ad that is anti-Penn State. No, I'm not, but I know that some people are, and there are some people that just blindly follow the school because there are so many great wrestlers from there. So this is how I think that ad would look. 8 national championships is too many for Cael Sanderson, after fans followed him blindly for years to beginning to question his decisions. You know, after that Shakur Rasheed call, I don't know if I can trust him anymore. 2 major losses tarnished the team's 60-match win streak. It was a real travesty. And with ticket costs rising to an all-time high, some believe it's time for a change. I can't even afford it anymore. I mean, ticket prices have skyrocketed through the roof. And what's with all the secrecy? Penn State has reigned for long enough. We are fed up. And my favorite ad to cut together was this one by far, because the Iowa Hawkeyes have so much greatness going on in their program right now. But there are still some things that people can pick apart. And that's just what this ad does. I've been an Iowa fan my whole life. But back when Cale Sanderson started taking it to my Hawkeyes, I knew something was up. The team couldn't handle the pressure, and the antics started. I mean, you saw it started with Gilman, and don't even get me started on that DeSantis kid. Brands brought on Spencer Lee and the rest of the PA crew, but at that point, it was too late. I've been rooting for Iowa every season, but next year, I'm rooting for Penn State. In a world entrenched in politics right now, I hope that this video was at least able to give you some laughter, humor, and happiness for the moment. This video was a lot of fun to make and a different one on the Fanco Wrestling channel. If you're looking for another Fanco video, I recommend that you check out this one right here. I also want to thank all of my patrons for helping to make this video possible. This channel would not be continuing on without the support from the channel members. By the way, this isn't chill. These are sunflower seeds.